Good, happy Friday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to your morning traffic report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin and take a look at your morning traffic map this morning. And here's a look at that morning traffic map for you this morning. Not a bad ride on the roadways this morning. Let's start over by Henniker. You're seeing some smooth sailing with a tiny spot of slow and stopped traffic, and then in Hopkinton, some medium pace traffic in the Hopkinton area, and then smooth sailing around Bow and some little tiny spot of medium pace traffic near Bow and kind of near Pembroke as well in Hooksett. And then Concord, smooth sailing with a little spot of medium pace traffic. In Boscawen and Canterbury, smooth sailing. And then in Chichester, some medium pace traffic with smooth sailing. In Epsom, a little tiny spot of medium pace traffic. But after Epsom, towards Northwood, smooth sailing. Lee, smooth sailing. And Durham, smooth sailing. Rochester, smooth sailing. And then a little spot of medium pace traffic. And then Somersworth, smooth sailing. Dover, smooth sailing with a little spot of medium pace traffic. And Portsmouth, smooth sailing with construction in a little spot of medium pace traffic. And then Northampton, smooth sailing. Hampton, smooth sailing. And Seabrook, smooth sailing, getting into the border of Massachusetts. And then there's a little issue. Debris on road on I-95 northbound at exit 59 at I-4095. It ends at 5:10 a.m. And then Portsmouth into Maine, smooth sailing. And then on 101, Manchester, smooth sailing. Raymond, smooth sailing. Epping, smooth sailing. Exeter, smooth sailing. And there's a little spot of medium pace traffic here near Exeter and Northampton. And then Manchester and Hooksett, smooth sailing with a little spot of medium pace traffic. And then in Bedford, smooth sailing with a little tiny spot of medium pace traffic. And then smooth sailing all the way into Amherst with a little tiny spot of medium pace traffic. And Milford, smooth sailing. And then Manchester, around the Manchester airport, smooth sailing. In Merrimack, smooth sailing. And Nashua, smooth sailing, making your way into Massachusetts. And then Nashua and Milford, smooth sailing with little spots of slow and medium pace traffic. And then Manchester, Londonderry, Windham, Salem, into Massachusetts, smooth sailing along with construction. That's a look at your morning traffic map this morning. And now let's take a look at your view of the 5-way traffic circle roundabout in Derry, New Hampshire. And as you can see, a car just went through. Quiet area right now. Not a lot of cars right now. So that is good news there. And that is for your morning traffic report right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another traffic report. Goodbye, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to your evening traffic report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin and take a look at your evening traffic map this evening. Here's a look at that evening traffic map for all of you this evening. We're seeing a lot of green roadways, and we have a few red spots and yellow spots as well. In Henniker, it's smooth sailing, and then in Hopkinton, you have medium and some slow-paced traffic, and then in Concord, in around Bow and Pembroke, you're seeing medium and slow-paced traffic. Delays of 2 minutes on Manchester Street northbound between US 3 Manchester Street and I-93. Average speed 5 miles per hour. And it will be ending at 5:02 p.m. And delays of 9 minutes, and delays increasing on I-93 northbound between I-93 Everett Turnpike and exit 14 New Hampshire 9 Loudon Road. Average speed 20 miles per hour. Ends at 5 o'clock p.m. And then Boscawen and Canterbury, smooth sailing. And then over in Chichester right here, you have some slow and stop traffic here, some medium pace traffic here, and then in Epsom, some smooth sailing with some slow and stop traffic here, and then some medium pace traffic here. And then in Northwood, you have some slow and stop traffic with a few little spots of medium pace traffic as well. And then in Lee, when you get into the Lee area, you have some slow and stopped traffic. And then in Durham, you have some slow and medium pace traffic here. And then in Rochester, smooth sailing. And then Somersworth, smooth sailing. Dover, some medium pace traffic with smooth sailing. In Portsmouth, smooth sailing with construction. And making your way into the border of Maine, smooth sailing. And then Northampton, smooth sailing with a little tiny spot of medium and slow traffic. Hampton, smooth sailing. Seabrook, smooth sailing. In Massachusetts here, smooth sailing. And then on 101, Raymond, smooth sailing. Epping, smooth sailing. And Exeter, smooth sailing on 101 towards Manchester. And around Manchester, smooth sailing. But there is a delay. Delays of 2 minutes on the Everett Turnpike northbound between exit 13 Raymond Warzak Drive and I-293 Everett Turnpike. Average speed 25 miles per hour. Ends at 5:09 p.m. And then in Bedford area, you have some medium, slow, and stopped traffic. And then in Amherst, smooth sailing. And then Milford is some smooth and slow paced traffic here. But around the Manchester airport, slow going here, as you can see. And a delay in the Merrimack area. Several delays of 11 minutes and delays increasing on Daniel Webster Highway, northbound between US 3 Daniel Webster Highway and Ware Road. Average speed 10 miles per hour. Ends at 4:43 p.m. in just a little bit. And delays of 6 minutes and delays increasing on Everett Turnpike northbound in Merrimack Town of average speed 15 miles per hour. Ends at 5:11 p.m. And then in Nashua, some delays. Delays of 2 minutes and delays easing on Everett Turnpike northbound between exit 7 West US 3 and exit 10 Industrial Drive. Average speed 20 miles per hour. Ends at 5:07 p.m. And delays of 2 minutes on Main Street northbound between Edgewood Street and New Hampshire 101A Lowell Street. Average speed 5 miles per hour. Ends at 5:02 p.m. Then after Nashua, it's smooth sailing getting into Massachusetts. And then in between Nashua and Milford, lots of delays here. Lots of yellow and red, slow, and medium pace traffic here. And then Manchester towards Londonderry, slow going with construction. And delays of 3 minutes and delays easing on I-93 Allen B. Shepherd Jr. Highway northbound between I-93 and I-93 Allen B. Shepherd Jr. Highway. Average speed 25 miles per hour. Ends at 5:11 p.m. And then Windham, smooth sailing. Salem, smooth sailing. And then getting into the border of Massachusetts. Lots of delays here in the border of Massachusetts. Otherwise, that's a look at your evening traffic map this evening. Now let's take a look at your traffic cam. I-293 traffic cam, Manchester, New Hampshire. And as you can see, cars going in this direction. Lots of cars here and lots of cars in that direction as well. So, a busy evening this evening. Manchester traffic. And that does it for your evening traffic report right here on the Riley King Network. Have a great evening, everyone. I'll talk to you all on Monday morning with another traffic report. Good night and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.